Welcome back yet again to another exciting episode of Big Town Improv. I am, of course... Oh, no, please.
Well, to me, it sounded like we said it at the same time, but of course we're on an internet video call, so maybe to you it sounded like it was delayed. We'll see.
Well, you could just in post.
I'll do the little slidey. I'll do the secret slidey. Hey, who are you?
I am, of course, Jesse Moriarty. And who's this man?
Me? I'm, of course, Josh Pilch.
I knew that.
We're the hosts of Big Town Improv. That's what you, the listener, are listening to. This is an improvised podcast. Every week on Big Town Improv, we tell some true stories from which we draw details to do a montage of short, comedic, improvised scenes. And then, Jesse, what do we do after that?
Well, Josh, I'm going to tell you what we do after that, but you might want to get some towels, because this could blow your mind. We're going to do a long
It's going to make it wet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just wanted you to be ready for that.
All right. Tell us what happens next.
Well, the second part of Big Town Improv is going to be an extended, long improv scene with multiple locations and many different characters telling one long story for the entire second part of the episode.
Splash! My head is so wet, Jesse.
I warned you.
From that explanation.
That's what happens. Boy. It blew your mind.
Yeah, that's not what I ever thought that phrase meant, but now I see. It happened to me, and now I never thought it would happen to me. Now it did.
It could happen to anyone.
It could. Jesse, we've got a special episode today.
Oh?
Yes, because we have, once again, here in the studio, a special guest.
What? You mean we didn't get a mundane guest like I asked for?
I'm sorry, Jesse. I cannot abide your requests for mundane people. Nope. We've got an exciting person. An old friend of ours, someone we used to do a lot of improv with. It's Kevin Feiner.
Hey!
Here comes the bam, 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 bam. Look at him enter onto the set to the fanfare. Josh.
I am just really wacky on set.
Kevin, welcome to the program. Welcome to the show.
We're
happy to have you here.
Thanks so much.
You're speaking to us from New York.
Yes.
Is that,
Bronx. I'm right in the heart of it here. Me and J-Lo.
Oh,
you
cool.
and J-Lo.
She's
Spider-Man is in the Bronx, right?
Me, J-Lo, and Spider-Man.
No, guys.
He's Queens, I think.
Queens, yeah. My neck of the woods.
Don't act like he couldn't swing his way over to the Bronx.
Well, he does sometimes, but it's not where he's from.
Is there anyone from the Bronx? Daredevil is from Hell's Kitchen. I don't even know where that is. For the longest time, I thought it was a made-up neighborhood.
You thought it was what?
Made up. I didn't think that anybody would actually call a neighborhood Hell's Kitchen.
Can't possibly be real.
Right now, Hell's Kitchen is a extremely expensive place to live, full of fancy restaurants and
yes. Do you remember when they made the Netflix Daredevil show?
Yeah.
Well,
right. I remember the Hell's Kitchen depicted in that. I was like, Well,
that's but the thing is, Hell's Kitchen, yes, now is very gentrified, but in the show, it's still this very grimy, scary neighborhood. That is because apparently the economy of New York was badly damaged when the aliens invaded in the Avengers film. Literally the explanation they use. That neighborhood got badly damaged.
Huh. That's actually really dark, kind of. It's Either
Well, what
the neighborhood is going to get ruined by gentrification or aliens.
I mean, that's the problem anywhere you live, isn't
Can't
it?
beat it.
You can't beat it. Well, this is enough talking about specific neighborhoods in New York City. Kevin, we usually start
good.
by telling true stories from our lives, and we have a special way to help us think of memories of true stories. And you know what that is?
What's that, Josh?
Well, Jesse, why don't you tell them?
Well, put me on the spot here, but if you look here behind this curtain, you'll see I have a random word generator. This will generate words, but these words are going to be random.
And that'll generate words, and the words will generate memories.
If you like. Yes.
I'm trying to see if I can tie it in, because I once worked in Hell's Kitchen, actually. I'm trying to find if offer works, but I don't think the story's good enough.
No, you can't start that and not what did you do? What did you do? What was the job there?
Yeah, so I'll tell you. It's related to
I
offer.
dare you.
See?
Yeah.
So basically, I graduated from. It's funny, actually. Just very quickly, I was in effing funny improv with you gents, but I actually didn't graduate from SCAD there. I finished my.
Effing Funny was our college improv group at SCAD, the three of us.
Clever name.
Oh yes, sorry. Was I not supposed to plug it?
No. I wanted to make that make sense in case.
Okay.
Our one listener forgot that information.
Yeah, listener, keep up. But basically, I graduated in 2016 from a state school here in New York, SUNY New Paltz, and I was looking for a job for the longest time. I was over a year. I was on the job hunt. You know, it's rough out there. And
It is.
basically, I was trying everything for so long, going through all the usual methods that I didn't get an offer until I finally branched out onto Craigslist.
Oh my!
Where I got a response back, an offer on a job at I worked for about 4 months in a dog grooming and pet daycare place in Hell's Kitchen. See, now all that Hell's Kitchen stuff was useful to us.
And was this dog grooming place ever attacked by the Kingpin, and Daredevil came to protect it?
No, but one of the two owners, he did like to tell me about how the mafia used to run everything in Hell's Kitchen. And,
oh wow!
And honestly, the way he told it was almost like things were a lot better when they were running it. once the mob lost control of Hell's Kitchen, it went to shit.
Oh wow! That is a bleak endorsement.
But yeah, I mean, this dog place, it was really, it was interesting. I could probably tell you a lot of things about it, but I guess I should try to stay at least somewhat specific.
No, don't.
No, we've opened the doors.
Oh, okay,
we have to hear about the
yeah,
dog
so I got an offer. Well, it was funny because, well, whatever. I haven't worked for them for a while. They might not like me airing their dirty laundry.
You haven't even named the place. There's probably more than one dog grooming business in Hell's Kitchen.
Well, the details I'm about to give you might narrow it down. Basically, the owners, it was co-owned by two gentlemen who, they were, I guess originally in their business partnership, they were romantic partners as well as business partners. But when I got hired, they were no longer romantic partners.
Oh, no.
So
But they were still in
they
business
still
together.
owned
Business
the business
together.
together. It actually took me
Yeah.
about a month or two to really figure that out, which was kind of funny because, like, basically, the one guy was always in the mornings and the other guy always was in the nights, and I covered the shift in between their crossover.
Oh my God.
Thus, they would never have to see each other.
You were like
And
their
what's really
mediator.
interesting too, actually, is that they, I guess, from when they were romantically involved, they actually owned a dog together, which they
Oh, yeah.
still like kept between the two of them and their business. So
Yeah.
even though I'm kind of poking fun at it, it seems like they figured out how to
Yeah.
mix business and relationship.
Yeah, that seems very what's the word? That seems very healthy in a way that is difficult to do, I would imagine.
Yeah. Wow. That what a. But yeah, no, what a.
And
what
yeah,
a
there were other things that
character-filled
I could probably
thing
bring up,
there.
But the worst part was like, what do you call it? We had a special service for if you're boarding a dog overnight, but that's
Right.
different than the daycare service where it's like, if you're dropping your dog off, we expect you to pick them up by the time we close.
Yeah.
Which was not fun to close on the weekends because then basically all these Hell's Kitchen deadbeats would be like, yeah, I'm on my way to pick my dog up.
Right,
Like,
right.
Oh,
it's like, no, like we've closed. I'm not getting paid anymore. You have to come get your dog.
fair enough.
I imagine
so, yeah.
I imagine like that's probably somewhat fairly wealthy clientele
Yes.
over there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because like a lot of wealthy clientele, but then you also get like a certain other kind of, I don't know how I would even describe it. Like there is like a lot of partying that goes on in Hell's Kitchen too.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
And you need to board your dog for the party.
Yeah, I think that was really what happened.
Or it'll get in the chips.
The real danger of having a dog at a party is that everyone will just crowd around the dog and
That is
and
true.
pet it because that's what I do at parties.
I
don't
I
enjoy talking to
very-
people.
You host a podcast.
Yeah, but I don't have to like talk to people.
Yeah. Yeah. I always think back, like, this didn't seem weird to me at the time, but I always think back to a party I went to when I was in high school. I think it was a girl's birthday party, and she had I don't know, it was 2 or 3 pugs. Whatever it was multiple pugs, and man, pugs are funny. And I remember spending a really big chunk of time not around anyone, just looking at these dogs and laughing. Like a really genuine laugh because they're so funny. They like, I don't know, they're like always panting and like their eyes are funny, but like I gotta wonder if anybody wondered where I went or if they passed by and saw me just laughing maniacally with dogs rather than enjoying the party.
In fairness to you, pugs are an inherently funny kind of dog.
I think
They look
so. I think
ridiculous.
they are. They don't look right.
No,
I mean, they look right.
like-
They look funny.
yeah, they look like little goblins. It's adorable.
Yeah, it is adorable.
Uh,
Well, guys, do you think that's enough details to?
I think
How
that's
many
enough.
of you guys are.
I think that's enough deets. That's what the young
Cool.
people say instead of details.
Okay. Oh, it's good.
I'm gonna
Good to be
remember
in
that.
touch. Yeah. Good to be in touch.
Give it a
with,
try.
Our nation's youth.
If I
The
ever
world's
meet a
youth.
young person, I'll use it.
Hey, Deets. Tommy.
He speaks our tongue. Please.
So I guess it's time to go into the montage. But first, Kevin, we need to do our transition into the montage. That's right. It's the part of the podcast almost designed to ward away any new listeners. The most confusing part, the transition into the montage.
Here come the Gregorian monks. Godfather, we come to you with a dispute for you to resolve.
Well, this is a bit of a distraction for me today on the day of my daughter's birthday. But what is it, you mooks?
Well, I and my partner are splitting up and no longer wish to be in a relationship together. However,
That's right.
yes, thank you, Gary. The Godfather can hear what I'm saying. This is why. This is why, Gary.
I
Always.
deserve to be heard too.
Look, fellas, what you guys do in your personal time is up to you. I understand relationships don't always work out, but I've got important things to do, involving...
We understand. We understand, but Godfather, here is the problem. When we were both in this relationship together, we purchased a PS4 and several
That's right,
games
Godfather,
for
a PS4.
it. Several games for it, and now we don't know which of the two of us should take it, and so we come to you, the Godfather of Hell's Kitchen, who runs the mafia that controls the neighborhood, to settle this dispute.
Yeah. I understand that that's what you're doing. You're coming to me to settle this dispute. What I don't understand is why. I'm very concerned that enemy gangsters are gonna launch some sort of attack during my daughter's birthday party.
Godfather, with all due respect, the PS4 issue is a much bigger concern right now.
Is it?
I must agree.
Is it?
I hate to do this, but I have to agree with Gary. I mean, first of
For
all,
once, me and Steve are on the same page.
we have, and again, we paid for these together jointly. We not only have the PS4, we have the controllers, we have all the Uncharted games.
Yeah. Okay, you got the popular. Look.
You can't split a PlayStation Plus subscription.
Yeah, it can be done.
Well, couldn't you just both share the same login information and then go about your... Wait a minute, what am I doing? I need to prepare for the dangers of being a mob boss.
But you are the de facto authority in this city. The whole neighborhood only...
Right, when it comes to mob dealings and money laundering,
I'm starting to question your power, boss.
no,
Can you really
dispute-
fix everything in Hell's Kitchen or not?
The things
call
I
you
listed
the
are
fixer.
harder to
Look-
fix than what you are talking about.
Well,
Just buy me a PS4.
What? No! Get your own!
well, you see, you come to the heart of the dilemma, Godfather.
What is that? The heart of the dilemma? Oh, I see. Because if he gets his own, then he will lose access to your subscription account.
That's right. A Godfather. It's an emergency. The Cavalcante family, they are attacking the birthday party. Fortunately, they are all being distracted by the pugs right now.
Oh, that's good. But we won't have much time. All right. Gary, Steve, I need you guys out there where this is going to be a shootout.
Okay. I got my gun. Gary's got... Wait a minute. We've only got the one gun between us. And we both...
All right, you take the gun, I'll take the PS4.
No. That's unfair. Because...
Guys, I'm going to need a little bit more urgency right now. Look, just take my gun.
Okay, see?
Okay.
If you can do that, why can't we just have your PS4 as well and settle the problem that way?
Well, because it's my PS4. I don't see how I'm involved in this at all. Look, how I want to play Spider-Man.
You just gave me your gun, and now we're taking your PS4.
Oh, Gary.
That's right. Gary Cavalcante.
Oh, I should have known by your last name that you were a member of the enemy family. That should have been a dead giveaway.
It should have. And the fact that, and we even have these "Hi, my name is" name tags that were given when we came to this establishment.
This is a bad day for me, the Godfather of Hell's Kitchen.
And now we shall execute you with a single shot. Oh my gosh, look at this ridiculous looking dog. Look at him go.
Oh my goodness.
Look at his squished little face.
I guess I'm free to go. Here I go. Zoom.
Excuse me, sir. What are you looking at my dog like that for?
Madam, I meant no offense, but your dog is ridiculous.
How exactly could my dog be considered ridiculous? Look at the perfect facial structure. Look at the bones.
Indeed not, madam. If you will permit me to illustrate some key points here. 1, your dog is very small. Unless I am much mistaken, dogs are generally of a medium to large size. This, madam,
this dog?
is a small dog.
No, not this dog.
Yes, but the ridiculousness is thus compounded by the fact that your dog's tail is quite short. And you see here, he attempts to wag it, but all it can do is wiggle. Absurd.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
Well, allow me to continue. Though your dog is small, his legs are disproportionate to the length of his body. He appears to have very short legs, and no doubt this has some benefit when the dog's breed was being developed, but to my eyes, it simply makes the dog look whimsical.
Listen, sir, I was not around for the hundreds of years of biological evolution that led to this creature. I have simply adopted it, and now I am caring for it and loving it. And for you to demean his stature and all these other things is demeaning to me personally. And I would like you to pay me some respect.
I'm afraid I cannot do that, madam, as not only is the dog ridiculous, but in a comic twist of fate, you resemble the dog in a certain way.
Why, I never!
Being a short
So now
woman
you're saying
with
that
short
I resemble
legs.
this pug?
Hey, excuse me, you two. Sorry, I couldn't help but overhear this whole conversation. I'm a cartoonist
That's rude of
for the
you.
local. Well, I'm sorry. It's just we're out in the park. I can hear you. I'm a cartoonist for the local paper, and ma'am, I gotta say, what this guy's saying, it'd make a pretty funny cartoon.
No, it wouldn't.
Objectively true, as you can see, that your dog and you are, to put it crudely, madam, funny looking.
Well, I have not seen these scribblings that you call cartoons, but I am sure that they are worthless and juvenile.
Excuse me. I must agree with the madam here. I was taking my bulldog out for a walk, and I see this poor woman being harangued.
Hey,
Oh my.
Look, you see it, right?
Sir, perhaps you haven't realized, but you are a portly English gentleman with heavy jowls, and your bulldog bears a certain resemblance to you. As a columnist for the New Yorker, I intend to write up this whole situation.
I would just like to say that man looks more like his bulldog than I look like my little pug.
Oh, I don't know. I think when you put them both
Wait
together,
a minute. What's that supposed to mean? This woman might look like her dog, but I don't look like my bulldog.
Oh no, we're having some real disputes here, and all I want to do is draw a funny cartoon.
Yes, well, you know what they say when you're having a dispute in New York. Go to the Godfather of Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, he ran away. He ran away.
Is that why it's so much more expensive in the neighborhood now?
Yeah. Humpty Dum, it's me, the hot dog man, just walking my dog.
I would direct everyone's attention to the hot dog man here.
What's everyone looking at me for?
You look just like your dachshund.
What? How dare you? Just because I'm a man who looks so much like a hot dog that even I myself refer to myself as the hot dog man? You think you can compare me to my dachshund?
I think what the lady says is quite accurate, as you have long ears and short legs and a very long body.
Yeah, and you're covered in fur. You look so much like a dog.
Like these other two people, like they are humans, you know. But hey, everyone. Sorry, it's me, musician Pitbull.
Pitbull? I don't remember you living in this neighborhood.
Yes, I'm out for a walk with my dog.
You walked up from Miami.
That's right. Yes. Central Park is the best place for dog walking.
Huh. Well, Pitbull, let's have a look at your dog.
Here it is.
You know what we're going to say, right?
Well, I know what you think you're going to say, but I think once you see this dog, you'll realize that everything you've been saying to these poor people and this dog man mutant is a little bit unreasonable.
Okay.
It's going to step out from behind me now.
It's a Pitbull. That's it's funny.
Just like we thought.
I'm not the only person who sees that, right? Right. Not only is it a pit bull, it's a bald pit bull with little round black sunglasses.
Pitbull, how did you think that this was going to change our mind?
What are you talking about?
You look more like your dog than any of us combined look like our dogs.
Oh, excuse me, everyone. I was just walking my giraffe when you guys were here crowding the entire roadway. I would like to...
Long-necked man.
That's right. It's me, long-necked man. I have just as much right to walk through Central Park as any of you. I have to say, cartoonist, this might make a funny cartoon, but I think it'll make an even better Pitbull song.
I think you're right. Pitbull, let's hear it.
All right. Can someone give me some background?
Yeah, sure. Someone can. Oh boy.
Man with a giraffe walking down the street, walking through Central Park. Man's got a neck that's really long. He looks like his giraffe. Looks like his giraffe. Looks like his giraffe.
Well done, Pitbull.
Hooray! It was really good. Thank you for coming into the interview on such short notice.
Yeah. Thank you so much for calling me in. This is a big opportunity for me. I'm happy to meet with you.
Oh, good. Yeah, so you have a lot of graphic design experience?
Mm-hmm, that's correct.
Yeah, I see that on your resume here. Now, how much experience do you have in mediating people who are at the very end of their relationships?
I'm sorry. Come again?
I see here you're proficient in Photoshop, Illustrator.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. How do you think you do, dealing with two people who, well, frankly, no longer can stand the sight of each other and really need that buffer?
I mean, I don't really see how this is relevant at all, but, I am a child of divorce.
Wonderful. I guess I should be upfront here. I opened this company with my romantic partner, and we are working through a separation right now. But we
I'm
still,
sorry to hear.
we still have to work together, but we were hoping that whoever we hire can sort of act as that kind of a buffer between us as we get our work done.
Well, I mean, how exactly would that be, a buffer? What would the responsibilities be?
I mean, it's not a lot, really. Come in.
Get out of my office! It's,
I'm interviewing the new prospective employee.
It's 4:00, and that means I'm running the business, and you're just a civilian.
Okay.
Should I go now? Should I leave?
No. This is what we want you for. You're hired, by the way.
Really? Thanks.
I didn't agree to that. If he's still here and the interview's not over, then I'm finishing the interview.
Okay. Fuck me for thinking that you would want me to finish it so I could take one thing off your plate, like you always complain I don't do. And look, these are sort of the kind of things that we would want you to sort of step in and like maybe make this go better, because we are not handling this well, as you can see.
If you could take stuff off my plate, it would be great if you could do it without fucking up.
Listen, if the job is still mine, I can try to mediate. I can help you guys.
I realize I'm
just
still
need this
behind
job.
the door, but do you have any like skills with client relations? Would you be able to talk a client down if they over budgeted?
If they, I mean, I never did anything like that before, but I could try.
Okay, that's an honest answer, and I like to hear that. And could you possibly tell Andrew that he's a betrayer and a completely unreliable mama's boy?
Fuck my cock, Brad.
Andrew, Brad wants me to tell you that you're an unreliable mama's boy.
I
Thank you.
heard him. Let me look at the resume. Brian.
See,
Sorry, what? Wasn't this what I was hired to do?
I know, but the thing about being a mediator is that sometimes you're going to be the inadvertent, third-party target. We're extremely unhealthy in our breakup.
Yes,
We
this is
target our
extremely
anger just
toxic.
anywhere. Yeah.
a lot of hostility will, end up falling on you, and I want you to understand that that's not your fault.
It definitely
it's a
isn't.
reflection on us, is what it is.
Really, we're doing terrible.
Now, I was wondering, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Do you want to come in the office?
Not while you're still in there.
Okay, I'm going to step out of the office, okay?
For another drink? I bet that's what it is.
Okay, if I want to have a drink or two at the end of my workday,
Or
I can
6
do
or
that.
7.
I'm an adult!
Should I leave?
No, Brian, no, we need you.
Again, this is the vital part of this job is mediating these two extremely belligerent people who used to be very happy together.
Are you referring to yourself, sir?
Yes, I am.
He always does this. That's his way of acting like he's not the problem. Oh, these people who are so passive-aggressive.
Wow, Andrew. Wow.
Wow, Brad.
At least I didn't post a vague book post about how my relationship was crumbling, as though I couldn't fucking see that because we're friends on Facebook.
You know what?
Do you guys have any Photoshop I could do, or?
Actually, yes. If you look, here's a
really
quick test
behind.
for you. So, as you can see in this photo, the photographer kind of overexposed it. How would you tackle that?
Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
The photographer.
Brian. I'm sure you can guess who maybe the photographer is.
Yeah,
I don't want to guess.
The photo is really bad. It's a badly taken photo, but obviously we can't take it again because the same photographer would probably just do worse, So,
I can adjust the levels and the contrast, and we can get that where it needs to be.
I like what I'm hearing here.
That's good.
Now
that is the right thing to do in this instance.
Now let's talk about compensation. You can imagine you just from spending a few minutes between us, you can see why clients would not want to go to this company. So a lot of that is going to be on you. I realize your specialty is graphic design, but there is going to be a very significant customer relations aspect of this because you're going to have to fix a lot of the shit that Andrew breaks just in the course of his daily.
Fuck you, Brad. Fuck you.
Wow. So when can you start?
So I know I said I needed this job, but I don't know if that's true anymore.
Yeah, no, I can't even blame you. I wouldn't.
Yeah, this is not a good environment. That makes a lot of sense. It shows.
Well, thank you guys so much for understanding, and I hope everything works out with you two.
Yeah, sure. I'm always very understanding of people's issues. And
Sure.
Fuck off!
That's it.
Fuck you! Fuck
We're going
off!
We are going to the Godfather of Hell's Kitchen, and he's gonna settle this.
Fine. We'll have to catch him first. Zoom!
Ah, shit. There he goes.
Kevin, this is fun. It's fun.
I know, this is awesome.
It's good to be.
I just, you know what it is? I haven't done improv in so long that I guess I was a little oh my god. But it's the most harmless thing in the world.
Yeah, exactly. That's sort of the whole idea of this podcast. I never get to do improv anymore, and I wanted to.
This is the only improv I get to do anymore either because, of course, can't do.
Because of stay at home, safer at home. COVID-19 precautions. We all need some silliness.
But now you get to have the challenging silliness as we enter the second part, which means I'm going to give us some more random words from the generator here. And then we won't do any stories for this one. We're just going to jump right into it based on them random words.
Whatever the words make you think of, and then we take it from there.
Awesome.
The words are favorite, harbor, level, ally, fantasy, report, industry, and progress.
Mr. Editor?
That's editor. Yes? Come in.
Oh, yes. Hi, it's me. Jack Lance, ace reporter.
For the last time, Mr. Lance, you do not have to do that every time you walk into a room. For we've met many times. And also, it comes across as a little bit like bragging to describe yourself as an ace reporter. You're a good reporter.
All right. Fair enough. Point taken. I don't need to introduce myself every time, and I should remember how to pronounce your name. But look, Mr. Editor, I think I'm really onto something right now. I think I may have the scoop that could save this newspaper.
Well, what's the scoop?
Well, do you know what's going on down at the harbor?
Have nothing sinister, I'm sure. It's after all, it's called the Not Sinister Harbor.
Well, you'd be dead wrong, Mr. Editor. I've got a tip-off that some shady dealings are going to happen down at the harbor.
Shady dealings? Do you mean
Yes.
illegal activity?
That's exactly what I mean. I mean smuggling.
But that's illegal, Lance.
My
Jack
point
Lance.
exactly. Yes, I mean, well, you're my boss, so there is sort of a convention here where maybe you'd call me by my last name.
That's right.
So
There is.
So that's all right.
All right. So I want you to get down there. You'll take the story, but you're not going alone. You're going to take
What?
our new hire to show
Wait,
her
wait,
the
wait.
ropes.
Mr. Editor, I'm an ace reporter. I don't need help from a new hire.
This is Wendy Beaumont, a recent journalism grad from the University of Ace Reporters. And
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Lance.
she's going to accompany you down to the harbor for this assignment. And I want a
sure
big
the-
story.
Okay. Well,
I'm really looking forward to working with you.
well, it's nice to meet you too, Wendy. I think this should be a lot of fun. Let's.
And there's one more thing. I want you to bring a camera with you and get some photos, all right? Because we need photos for this paper, and I'm running low on photographers.
All right, sir. I'll take some pictures.
Thank you, Miss Beaumont. And see if you can get any pictures of that mysterious new vigilante that's been spotted in the city. Now get out of my office!
Huh?
Okay.
All right, Wendy.
What was that he said about a new vigilante?
Well, it is true. I don't know if you've been keeping up with the news, which you should be, now working for the paper. But yeah, there been these reports of this strange masked man who keeps showing up at places where crime is happening and taking matters into his own hands.
Hey, look! There's Jack Lance! Did you think we wouldn't notice you simply walking down the street and talking next to this young lady? Headed in the direction of the harbor?
Jack, who are these guys?
This is nobody. These are just some punks.
Yeah, that's
around
right.
town.
Punk nobody, how do you do? Despite my name, I'm actually an important figure in the criminal underworld. That's off the record, by the way, Lance. Can't
Can
put
I
that
get a
in.
photo, Mr. Nobody?
No, you may not get a photo. Yeah, use just.
Wendy, listen. This guy, Mr. Nobody, he's my link to the underworld. See, he's the one who tips me off about interesting goings on in the city.
Maybe we should ask him about the vigilante.
That's not a bad idea, Wendy. Listen, nobody.
And that's why you should stay away from the harbor. I was talking while you were having that whispered conversation.
Oh, well, and don't worry, I heard it all. Now, nobody. Have you heard anything about this masked vigilante who's been going around town?
Masked vigilante? Let me just adjust my tie and glance around in a suspicious sort of way.
Your tie was pretty loose.
Yeah. Well, you didn't hear it from me, Lance. But the story is some guys who were trying to do crimes have found themselves beaten up. And this guy, he leaves a calling card, a little business card stamped with a picture of a scorpion.
I need to get a picture of that picture.
Yeah, well, I don't have one. This is just secondhand information I'm giving you.
Wendy, you don't. You have to take those photos sparingly. Mr. Editor was very specific about how we should take photos at the docks. See, this is why I am an ace reporter.
Yeah, that's right.
But what if the scope of the crime goes beyond the harbor and the docks?
Wendy, come on. Look, I was like you once, wide-eyed, always looking for the story to get so much bigger than it really is. But look, as a veteran journalist, I can tell when the issues of the crime are confined to the boundaries of just the harbor and go nowhere beyond. And this is a prime example of that.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I've said my piece. So you just keep in mind that there's to be no going near the harbor nor the docks, which are in the same area.
Yeah. The docks are on the harbor.
Yes, yeah, in the sea, But don't go near them.
Psst, Jack. I think we should do the opposite of what he's saying.
That's good instincts, Wendy. Later, at the harbor... boy, okay. Now, Wendy, we'll just stay here in the car, and...
Why should I stay back? I'm a real journalist, too.
No, I'm also planning to stay in the car.
Oh,
we're watching...
You're gonna stay with me?
Yes. Wendy, listen... I understand that you want to get out there. You're excited.
That's right.
And full of energy, but I'm a veteran reporter. I always play by the rules, and my passion for the subject has dwindled a bit, and that's the way you have to be.
So I have to play by the rules, and I have to have a dwindling passion.
Exactly. Now you're getting it. Oh, shh. Wendy, look.
Here comes the boat pulling into the dock.
Is that one of the smuggling ships?
I think it is. Hey,
what a foggy night for this business.
Can you hear the guy on the docks by holding a glass up to the windshield like I am?
Wow, this works pretty well.
I can hear him perfectly clearly.
How many more boxes we gotta carry tonight?
7 more boxes.
You can tell the boss that if he wants to smuggle any more of this stuff in, that he's gonna have to give me a raise.
Why don't you tell him yourself?
Boss, floss.
Oh, you didn't hear what I said, boss. I'm so sorry.
We didn't hear nothing. We didn't say nothing nor hear nothing.
Nobody said or heard nothing.
I believe you. And I hope you've also followed my rule of never looking inside the boxes.
Nope, we never look inside the boxes.
Never looked.
We just take
I
the
just
boxes.
keep referring to it as smuggling.
it is starting to get foggy, and I do need one that one last box from the cargo hold. You better go get it before the fog comes in too much.
It's weird. The single dim yellow streetlight under which we were having this conversation suddenly flickered out.
You're right. That's very odd. Well, quickly, get that last box. I desperately need it.
Yes, you're right away. We'll just go up the gangplank back into the boat. I'll get this side and you get the other side, Jim. And with our legs, we'll lift.
All right.
Sometimes I worry about the health of my back with this job.
Just smuggle it into the other room and don't complain.
Shoot, Wendy. I can still hear them perfectly, but now that the light is gone, it's hard to see what's happening.
And I'll never get a good photograph this way.
Yeah, unfortunately, I know our paper's in trouble, but there's no way we could get a story from something like this. We might as well just go home.
What the? I've been punched!
Whoosh.
Something's happening, Jack.
Yeah, it does seem like that, but I'm sorry. I have to follow the rules.
You're just gonna give up like that?
Yeah, I don't have any passion for this anymore.
I thought you were the ace reporter.
Well, I am.
Jack Lance!
That's right, I'm Jack Lance, ace reporter. Wendy, don't you dare think about going out there into the action.
You're Jack Lance. Huge disappointment. I'm getting a photograph.
I'm not going to introduce myself that way. Wendy, come back.
I gotta get a picture of this.
Jim?
Ting,
Jack?
tang.
Is that you?
Walla walla bing bang.
What's
My
that?
body's flying through the fog and landing at the feet of Boss Floss.
My henchmen have turned into pretzels. Wait a minute. Did you hear that? Someone's taking photographs.
We'd be more upset if we weren't beaten up, boss.
Oh no, this is too many attacks from too many different directions. I just need to get this one single box. Oh shoot, I've dropped it and it opened, revealing its contents, which of course is...
Ancient Egyptian artifacts.
We cut to the newspaper office the next morning.
So, let me see if I got this straight, Jack Lance. Huge disappointment. And
Oh, you told him?
I had to. I had no other choice, Jack.
You had a
I got
choice.
the photos, Mr. Editor.
These are a bunch of photos of fog, Wendy.
Oh,
I admire the
I never took a
initiative.
picture before.
Yes, well, I did hire you to be a reporter, not a photographer, so that's somewhat on me.
See, Mr. Editor, this new newbie that you partnered me with ruined the whole operation. She went out and went through a whole roll of film, not taking a single photograph with it.
Well, she did take photographs, it's just that none of them showed up. But what did you do, Jack Lance? Huge disappointment. All you did
like
was
this.
listen through a glass and a windshield, playing it safe as the biggest smuggle job of ancient Egyptian antiquities was thwarted by some mysterious force.
Well, I don't know what I was supposed to do. You gave me specific orders to go there and watch for any wrongdoings, and then the lights went out.
Oh, the lights went out. Did you think to bring a flashlight, maybe? Or a lantern? Perhaps a torch? Most cell phones have a built-in light that they can do now.
Yeah,
You're right, boss. That's on us.
And
Can I come in?
yes, I'm sorry. Come on in.
That's right, it's me, the owner of the newspaper, Mr. High Stakes. I'm here to tell you...
I know who you people are!
Well, but you don't know what I'm about to tell you, which is that if we don't crack a huge story with this paper, the whole thing is gonna fold.
Oh my goodness.
We're all
Yeah,
gonna be
newspapers
out of a
in general
job.
are doing really bad because of the internet.
It's correct. Yes. Well, yeah. That's what I came to tell you, and now I will go. Goodbye.
That Mr. High
That was
Stakes,
Mr.
he
High
never
Stakes himself.
he never shows up unless he's to give me bad news. But at least he hasn't found out that, guess what? Jack Lance, huge disappointment. John Pike over at the Globe broke this big story today. Look, apparently on the beaten up thugs found down by the docks, they found a business card stamped with an image of a scorpion.
That's like nobody was talking about.
What? Yeah, nobody was talking about that. That's why it's such a big story.
Okay, that's
A different nobody.
right. This is a funny misunderstanding based on. Listen, Mr. Editor, will you give us both another chance?
Another chance? I'm getting too old for this.
I
Fine.
was under the assumption that I already had another chance.
And that was until Mr. High Stakes came in and told us all our jobs are on the line. All right, one more chance, but
Goodness.
if you don't get a big story out of this, it's all of our jobs are done for, and this paper will fold. And Mr. High Stakes will go back to his life as a idle rich man.
Yeah, barely any change for him. All right, I won't let you down, Mr. Editor.
Neither shall I.
Cut. Fine. All right. Well, why don't you start with this? It's an easy job. You can go and interview the director of the new Egyptian exhibit at the Museum of Natural History. Just real easy article, 500 words max. All right.
All right. Yeah, this will be sort of the thing to get us started. Come on.
What do you
Wendy.
mean by that? No, this is the assignment I'm giving you,
You
and then
think
you
that? Wait. But you think this is the article that's gonna save the newspaper?
Yeah, look, I printed up the headline already. New exhibit opens.
Oh no, we're in a lot worse trouble than I thought. All right, let's go, Wendy. Later, inside the car. Listen, Wendy, to make up for how tough I was on you, do you wanna head up this interview?
That's such an honor, Jack.
Oh, good. I'm glad you feel that way. The truth is,
Oh, goodness.
are you?
Oh,
Guys, museum parking, $25.
Oh yes, here you go.
Thank you. You can take any spot
all
that's
right.
open.
Good. Yes. All right. The interview starts when we go inside. Ah, welcome. You two must be the reporters that are supposed to come and interview me, Mr.
right.
Mr. Bosphorus.
yes, Mr. Bosphorus, we have a few questions for you
Oh, good.
regarding the potential smuggling of ancient Egyptian heirlooms.
What? I don't know anything about that. I only know about the exhibit I'm going to put on here at the museum. That's right, all the artifacts will land here in the museum, where they're supposed to go, where I am actually a curator.
And where are you getting your shipments from?
Well, that's easy. Up and up archaeologists who come to the nice docks.
Nice start.
walking in with a black eye and a sore back is difficult. Mr. Bossfloos, we finished setting up the King Tut display. If you'd like to have a look at it.
Wonderful, my henchman. I mean, employee.
Psst, Jack, don't these guys sound a lot like the guys from last night?
What? Whoa, you're right. But, my brain is breaking. How could this have anything to do with that?
I don't know, but let's keep digging and find out.
Wendy, I think you're onto something. Yes, well, if you'd like to see, right this way is the King Tut exhibit.
King Tut exhibit. If you don't mind, I'm actually a little more interested in your so-called henchman and his black eye.
This? I walked into a door.
A door that looked like a fist.
Yes, I mean, no, it looked like,
No, doors never look like fists. That's how strange.
Psst, Boss Floss, this reporter lady's asking a few too many questions. Want me to... I draw my finger across my throat.
No, not here. We're right out in the open.
Oh, yeah, good point. Okay, maybe I...
Psst, Wendy. I think you got him on the ropes. If you ask a few more questions, maybe they'll crack.
Psst, boss! I don't think I like the whispered conversation that they're having.
Psst, Jack, I want to ask a question, but I think it's rude to interrupt their whispering. What should I do?
Yeah, that's fine. Hold on. Psst, Mr. Bossflus. Right. That's, yes, what is it? My friend here wants to ask you a question. Do you mind? Oh, that's fine. Psst, Jam, I need to answer a question from this reporter lady.
Psst, all right. I'll see if I can distract the reporter guy by asking him about my relationship problems.
Good thinking. All right.
Hey,
yes,
Mr. Lance.
Yes?
What do you think I should do if I think my boyfriend and I are growing distant?
Look, I'm a reporter in the middle of one of the most high stakes situations.
Stop it!
Huh?
These are all distractions.
Huh?
We cannot get distracted from the investigation.
Investigation? Whatever do you mean?
I mean our little puff piece.
Right. That seems right. Please go on with your questions.
I'm curious if we could have a look at the most recent manifest from your delivery of goods for the museum.
All right, I admit it. I'm not really a curator for the museum. I'm Boss Floss. I'm going to steal all these artifacts, and there's nothing you two reporters can do.
Did you, tear your hand across your face as though you were pulling off a mask? Even though...
This was not established at all.
You look the same. You were wearing
My goodness.
I was wearing a false mustache. Didn't you notice?
Oh, yeah, but why would you wear a...
And I just got a photograph of you without it on.
Good
You're
going,
down,
Wendy.
mister.
Oh, no. Maybe I should slip on my brass knuckles and give him a few punches, Boss Floss. I mean,
Good
Mr. Boss Floos.
It's fine. They know who we are.
Oh.
Shh. Why did the lights go out?
That's odd. I
can't see anything.
It's completely dark in here. All right, hang on. Miss Jack Lance, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Jack is still there. Wendy, are you still standing where you were before the lights went out?
Where else would I be?
Okay, Mr. Boss Flutes. Mr. Boss Flutes?
Huh?
Mr. Boss Flus? That's odd.
Turn on the lights, man.
I'm flipping the switch in a panic. It's not doing anything. Fortunately, I have my phone with me, and there is a flashlight built. What?
I always forget about that. He's gone.
Where could he have gone?
Yes, where? This... How straight... Wait a minute, look, here on the floor. It's a business card with a scorpion on it.
I just don't see how any of this is related.
No, Wendy. Think deep. My old crusty brain no longer has the passion to do the kind of investigative journalism needed for this, but I think maybe you and your passion is just what we need to solve this, to connect all these dissimilar items.
All right, Jack. I'll try. For you and for Mr. High Stakes.
Yes, the high stakes times is counting on you, Wendy.
I think I should go back to the harbor where this all started.
Hey! Look who it is! Jack Lance, formerly ace reporter. Put a toothpick
That's
in my
right,
mouth.
it's me, Jack Lance. Huge disappointment.
Whoa, that
What
seems
is
a
it,
little bit
nobody?
harsh. You shouldn't say that about yourself.
Listen, nobody. Maybe you can help us out. Wendy is just about to solve this case and crack it wide open.
Solve the case,
I
eh?
just need one last photograph, and then it'll all come together.
Crack it wide open, eh? Solve the dilemma, huh?
That's right.
Yeah, find out who the mystery of the scorpion, so to speak.
Yes, nobody. Please stop interrupting us while we try to figure out who the scorpion is.
That's a good question. Well, I would just say...
This nobody guy shows up a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And okay, so we're back here at the harbor.
I came with you.
This... Yes, I know, nobody. We've got this calling card. Here's where it all happened. But
Hey, look,
Okay.
There's the ship that they were taking the smuggled goods off of, eh?
What are you saying, Mr. Nobody?
Yeah, I ain't saying nothing. I'm just pointing out the things that I can observe. Hey, look, a dog. Looks silly.
It's kind of a funny dog.
Hey. Hey, look, what's this here on the ground? It appears to be some sort of ancient Egyptian artifact that must have gotten dislodged from one of the boxes.
Oh, give me that. I found that.
What?
This could make my career.
Wendy, what exactly was your plan when we came back to the harbor? You wanted to steal any remaining artifacts that might be around?
No, I was looking for evidence, and I believe we have found some.
Oh, good thinking. Okay, so here's what we know. Those punks we saw at the harbor, led by
Hey.
Boss Floss. Punk nobody. I'm talking about different punks. They're led by Boss Floss, and they were trying to steal artifacts from a museum by posing as a curator. But just when we were about to expose them, they disappeared, presumably having been taken by this vigilante called the Scorpion. Now we're back at the harbor, and all we found is my annoying friend, Punk Nobody.
That's right.
Hey, where'd he go?
Oh,
Not here.
he left a recording here.
And just this voicemail, so you didn't think my departure was abrupt. Please leave your name and
Me
number
while I was talking.
at the beep, and I will try and get back to you as soon as I can.
I tell you, Jack, I'm really having trouble piecing these dots together right now.
The only other thing I can think of is, this can't be related, but when I just saw Punk Punk Nobody here a minute ago, I did notice that his pockets were bulging as if full of business cards. But what could that have to do with
Jack.
anything?
You try to set up a situation where you can empty his pockets, and I'll get the picture.
All right, good thinking. What's a classic example of a place where someone needs to empty their pockets? Of course, TSA.
Take him through TSA.
Okay, I'll mail Punk Nobody some plane tickets and tell him he's won a trip. Then we'll disguise ourselves as TSA agents, and he'll have to empty his pockets in front of us. It's foolproof.
Yes, I agree. Let's set this all up and do it.
Later at the airport. Okay.
Oh boy. 3 free days in beautiful Cancun.
Right this way, sir.
The TSA agent who's gonna make sure I ain't got nothing dangerous on me. Eh?
Please remove your shoes, sir.
Yeah, you got it. Let me just take these shoes off and put them in this here
Not the
bin.
important part right now.
Push the bin towards you.
sorry.
Then I'll take off my
Wendy.
fedora hat and
Wendy,
my toothpick.
I just thought of something. What if he changed his pants?
Impossible. It was this morning.
Good point. Good point. Okay. They do look just as bulgy.
Sir, please empty your pockets and place the items in the bin.
With pleasure. I'll just reach my hands into these. You'll have to forgive me. They're quite bulgy because of the contents of the pockets. And
Sweat
I
going down my brow.
Pull out a bunch of business cards that say Punk Nobody Local Criminal. Thump.
But wait,
No, Jack.
Right this way,
Wait,
Mr.
look,
High Stakes. You don't have to go through TSA with that strange bulging suitcase. I know that you're an important man. Just come along this way.
good. Thank you very much. I love the privileges afforded to me as a rich man.
And I would too, but of course I'm not a rich man. So yeah, just we'll just go right around the TSA establishment here.
Quit kicking inside of my suitcase. I mean, this is my luggage.
Well,
Jack, what if we were wrong all this time? What if Mr. Nobody is nobody? And what if Mr. High Stakes? I don't dare say.
Is the scorpion?
I don't want to say until we have some proof, but I think we should follow him onto that plane.
Yeah, I agree. And somehow on the plane, we're gonna have to figure out a way to get him to empty his pockets.
here you go, Mr. High Stakes. First class seating on this private plane of yours, and pretty soon we'll be over international waters where you know that no crime can be prosecuted. Let me just begin
if you need anything, you can just talk to me and my partner, flight attendant. We could get you anything you want, sir.
I'm here too. I'm going to Cancun.
Ginger ale, sir? Oops, I poured it all over your pants. Guess you'll have to get anything important out of them.
Wow, why would this? Don't you know who that is? That's Mr. High Stakes, and you go pouring ginger ale on his pants. I wouldn't expect that you work at as a flight attendant for much longer, pal.
Sorry for the delayed reaction. I forgot who I was for a moment. Now I'm very angry.
Excuse me, sir. The sign is on for the seat tray tables to be put upright and for everyone to empty their pockets?
Huh? That it is what they say. Good job altering the sign. Well, all right. Guess I'll reach into my pockets. Okay. And my EpiPen. And In this pocket, I reach in and pull out a handful of my Pokemon card collection.
Oh my gosh, you have a Charizard?
Say there, be quiet, my luggage. And now I'll open it up and you'll see that it's just full of my clothes and I'm an insane man who talks to clothes. Say, that first flight attendant who dropped me off here sure did have some bulging pockets, didn't he?
Hey, and matter of fact, look, there he goes in a little plane right past us.
Oh no!
And for some reason, that plane has a scorpion painted on the wing.
Oh,
I know who the scorpion is. The vigilante.
it was the flight attendant all along. Well, he's up in the air already. Wendy, I'm sorry. You really put a lot of thought and passion into this, but I think we came up empty-handed.
Hey,
We better
maybe
go
not.
back. Huh?
That's right. It's me, Mr. Nobody. Do you know what I was planning to do in Cancun?
What?
Go hang gliding. And I brought my hang glider with me.
Oh, all right.
Here you go.
Okay, Wendy, we have to get to a high cliff.
Oh my goodness.
Later, in the air,
What the?
How did we make it here?
I've almost managed to escape with my plane full of stolen Egyptian artifacts. And while everyone looks for the vigilante, the scorpion, they'll never realize that it was just a cover for a second, greater crime. Isn't that right, Mr. Kidnapped Boss Floos?
onto the windshield.
What the?
Jack, hold me still while I get a picture of this.
Yeah. Look, the turbulence is making all the business cards come out of his pocket, and these ones definitely say Scorpion.
That my scorpion business cards and my makeup remover. It's sploshing on my face.
Oh my goodness.
That's
Oh
right.
my God,
Yeah, I was not.
Mr. Editor.
I wasn't happy with the
my goodness.
dreary life of a newspaper editor working for an insane man like Mr. High Stakes. I wanted more.
But
The
then,
dots are connecting.
sort of. But why did you assign us to a case that would lead us to solving who you really were?
Well, I thought that I was dealing with Jack Lance, the washed-up, huge disappointment, and Wendy Beaumont, the wet behind-the-ears newbie. I didn't think you would ever be able to connect the dots and figure out that I was the Scorpion, but you did through some ridiculous chain of events which wouldn't have been possible without the assistance of a known criminal like Punk Nobody.
I guess that's right. Hey, can we come into the plane?
Wow.
Yeah, hang on.
Oh, thanks. It was pretty windy.
It was pretty windy. It honestly took a superhuman level of strength for us to stay on the front of that plane like we did.
Well, you're going to need it because I've just set the autopilot, and you might recall that I was the man who was beating up a lot of people under complete darkness. So,
Oh,
what will
no.
you do when I flicker the lights in this cabin, plunging us all into darkness? I hope you're ready to be punched, Jack Lance and Wendy Beaumont, and then I'll throw you out of the plane along with Boss Floss. Ha 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 ha. Prepare for the scorpion sting.
What are we gonna do, Jack?
I think that's what he means. Or I think he says that when he means throw us out of an airplane.
Yes, it's really gonna sting when you die from the impact. Punch! And another punch!
Ouch! I keep getting punched. Hold on. There's probably a clear way to wrap everything up right now.
Now I'll open up the back of the plane and throw out Boss Floss to his death.
Oh no!
He at least had it coming, but you don't. So, prepare yourselves. In complete darkness, there's nothing you can do to stop me. I've trained myself to have perfect night vision. And without light, you're completely helpless.
Oh, are we, Mr. Editor? Wendy, now! Flip up the app. Flashlight app on.
Our phones have flashlights!
Ah! The light! It's right in my eyes and blinding. I'm taking a step backward and, whoa, my balance! It's been lost!
Keep shining the light, Wendy!
Used to darkness. I can't tolerate this light!
We did it.
Oh, Jack, we did it!
We killed the man who was flying this plane.
Thump.
Wait a minute!
Uh-oh!
Can you fly? Can you land? We just need to land it!
Let's hope I can. Later on the ground. Well, boy, that was touch and go
You
for a
really
minute.
connected the dots on that one, Jack.
And later, at the newspaper office. Who would have thought that I would be able to get back on the straight and narrow and put my journalism degree to good use as the new editor of this paper, which is still up and running thanks to you guys' brilliant scoop, the identity of the Scorpion revealed.
Thanks. I kind of would have hoped they would have promoted from within, but still, this is pretty good.
Yeah, well, they didn't. Mr. High Stakes is insane and promoted a known criminal. Now, I'd like to introduce you to the new up-and-coming reporter that you have to show the ropes, Mr. High Stakes' clothes.
Oh, man.
I forgot the art of the long form is definitely like a whole can of worms.
Well,
But no, that was awesome. You guys were great hosts.
I think
well, Kevin Feiner, you were a great guest.
everybody loves Kevin Feiner.
Thanks.
Yes.
Oh, thanks.
Speaking
Yes,
of Josh, I think we had a good time here, didn't we?
We did have a good time. And we had a good time with our guest Kevin. Kevin, would you like people, our one listener on the internet, to maybe go and find you and tell you did a good job or look at something you're up to?
Well, they can send comments to you and you can relay them to me. I don't need to.
Then that's what they'll do. Where can people send those comments to you, Josh? Or just to follow you on social media?
Well, you can follow me at The Josh Pilch Show on Instagram or at Josh Pilch Show on Twitter, and follow Big Town Improv on all that stuff. I think that's actually where most of my social media presence is going to be, or it has been lately. Jesse, what about you?
Well, I can be found on Instagram at jesse.moriarty and on Twitter at Jesse Moriarty. And you know what I have to say? I really, really enjoyed the compliment of Kevin Feiner and the music. Did you like that, Josh?
Yes. Well, here's what I'd say. I'd say our guest was finer. It made our show finer than usual, whereas our
never
music
heard that before.
made the show.
Never.
There's a reason I'm saying this. Our guest made the show finer, but the music made our show wilder. And
yes.
and the reason I'm saying that is that all of our original music was composed and performed by Steve Wilder Blumenthal of WilderBlueMusic.com. That's his name, is also a comparative adjective.
Very nice. Well, it took us a while to get there, but I'm glad we made it, Josh.
It was worth it.
That last sentence of yours. So, from the offices of a very, very tense graphic design firm
to the dog park where everybody looks like their dog,
to the mafia boss who has to arbitrate small petty disputes, to the the fog-filled harbor where mysterious crimes are afoot.
and from the fog-filled harbor to the newspaper, to the airport, to the plane, to the ground, back to the newspaper office, and from the newspaper office all the way to Big Town.
And from Big Town
To
your town. Oh, crap. We forgot to tell Kevin about this. Kevin, we're going to need you.
I've heard the show. Should I join
Yes.
in?
Yes. Join in. Bye.